Mr. Sharma joining us now. Mr. Sharma, Q3, a decent quarter for the bank, some notable recoveries. Let's first talk about that. Would you care to share some details? A broad breakup of the recovered accounts, perhaps?
Yeah, thanks and good morning. In fact, first of all, I'd like to compliment the anchor who had detailed about the summary. And one thing only I'd like to mention that today, whatever infrastructure we are seeing in the country, major contribution is coming from IDBI because IDBI had been financing this infrastructure. Of course, NPA increased because there were certain external problems, then international issues and all these things which has contributed towards the NPA. And because IDBI Bank was the sufferer because mostly our loans were in large corporate and there only problem started. Now about the weak points which he has enumerated, I would like to mention that most of these weak points, in fact almost all these weak points have been addressed now, and the last issue was this cleaning of that deferred tax attach, going for lower tax regime. That also we decided to clean. So more or less all these weak points have been addressed, and bank is ready to start earning making profits. So these recoveries, as you are now coming to the specific question which you have raised, of course the NPAs are high, but we have made sufficient provision, and the net NPA has declined from 5.97 as on 30th September to 5.25%. Now, in fact, it was 17.3% as on 30th September 2018. So good, we have made all provision, very healthy PCR. So recoveries now have started coming. In fact, first 2 quarters were little lull as far as recoveries were concerned. Now this quarter we received recovery of 3,600 crore, and the slippages have also been brought under control. It was around 2,200, that too because of 2 chunky accounts. And I think in the coming quarters these accounts are not such accounts will not be there, so these slippages will be under control. So good recoveries we have affected, and the in future also we are expecting very good recoveries.
In this current quarter of this calendar year, how has the picture evolved for you? Are things looking up, or are things not looking up until now?
It has been certainly looking up, because if you analyze my results, but for this DTA reversal, there would have been a profit of 418 crore. And in the first time in 12 quarters, after 12th quarter, the bank has made profit before tax of 726 crore. But we, board took a decision. We thought that, since the options are available for this lower tax regime, and we should opt for it. And in this process, we can clean that the last remaining that weak point, and the cleaning process has been completed. The 6,273 crore DTA we have reversed. Only because of that this loss is appearing, 5,763 crore. And first time in this quarter, if you see, since you are asking looking up, first time, earlier also we were reducing our net NPAs, we were making higher provisions, but mainly it was affecting our capital adequacy adversely. Losses were there. Now with this DTA reversal, it has not affected capital adequacy because it was already knocked out of that. So no impact on capital adequacy. But after making additional provision of 1,679 crore also, we would have been in profit of 418 crore. So first time after 12 quarters, we have been able to make additional provision to attend to one time that 1,300 crore one time unusual NPA, and total slippage and provision we have been able to make. We have been able to reduce our net NPA out of our own recoveries and profits only, and that trend I am sure will continue in the coming quarter. So we can certainly say there is a turnaround and bank is now looking up.
Amount of PCA, simple and a straightforward question, Mr. Sharma.
Yeah, simple question and simple answer will be, already 30th September we had complied with all the provision except ROA. Now in the current quarter, if you exclude that one-time DTA reversal which has been done for clearing the books, it will have long-term benefits it will give. One thing I want to mention again on DTA reversal, although currently we are seeing a loss of 5,763, but it will be in long-term interest of the bank, and this decision has been taken after examining all pros and cons. So this 30th September we were complying with the provision of PCA. Now 31st December results, if you see, all parameters there is improvement, and except for DTA we are in positive ROA also, but technically yes we are in loss, but there are other parameters there is improvement. So I am quite hopeful, and that RBI will consider our request quite favorably, and soon we will be out of PCA.
Lending to now, IDBI Bank historically has lent to infrastructure and corporates. Would you now say no to corporates, no to infrastructure, and only lend to retail?
No, and I'll not say like this. All said and done, although there have been NPAs, in fact, opening remarks he had, mentioned that there were some wrong loans. I'll slightly differ with that. The NPAs have arisen because we were overexposed to corporate credit that time. At one point of time, 80% was corporate, because initially the bank came in the form of DFI only. So the same culture was continuing. But one thing we'll have to appreciate, that the bank has good expertise in corporate credit. So now we have been able to realign the portfolio, balance the portfolio, and my retail assets now are 55%, which used to be around 20% about 5 years back. So now it has come to a reasonable level. So in future, our strategy will be that we should be, of course, doing advances in corporate also, because we have got the expertise, but we'll be cautious, especially doing for the investment, at least invest graded accounts, and the ratio will be our ideal ratio will be 60% retail, 40% corporate. So both will continue. We are a universal bank, as you said in your opening remarks, and thanks for that. So that 60-40 ratio we will be targeting for that.
What stops LIC to have a bank assurance with IDBI that can help cross-sell products plus provide a pipeline for growth as well? Can you talk about some of the synergies that are already yielding positives for IDBI, perhaps due to the LIC ownership?
Yeah, in fact, thanks for asking this question. In fact, if you see, already some synergies have started working for that. Now for the last 1 year, we are having synergies. So synergies are not only in the form of banca insurance, because that in any case we were doing earlier, but here with LIC becoming our promoter, this and LIC's policy means insurance in India means LIC. So with that credit of LIC, we are being able to increase that banca insurance channel very fast, and good amount is there. We are targeting more than 1,000 crore of premium collection during the current financial year. Apart from that, this is only one part. The collecting LIC premium online, we have started that rapid pay, maintaining their accounts, all the investment accounts, current accounts. So we have already become the preferred bank for LIC. Then doing their through our IDBI capital market, doing their some investment business within the laid down guidelines. And then we have given some concessions to premium policy holder, LIC agents. They have almost 11 lakh agents are there. We have given 10 basis point concession to the home loans to LIC agents and policy holders. So these all will give good synergies, and I think in the coming 1 year, this strategy synergies will start giving much better results in the coming period. So that will also add to our bottom line and also CASA ratio.
I think from the ministry or the secretary that look, the government of India has decided to sell their ownership in IDBI Bank. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Have you heard these words from the ministry or from your department yet?
Now you see, this is a budget announcement. Of course, how much time will it take? That is for the government, because they are our investors. Now they have decided to sell, but till the time we were under stress. So, like the IDBI, this government, LIC, they have supported us, and as I said initially, that we were making higher provisions, but that was adversely affecting my capital. Now, maybe government has thought that we can stand on our own, and I can tell you with confidence that now in the coming year, with the available capital and the likely capital which is likely to be generated, we will be able to target 10% growth in advances in the next financial year, and that capital will be available within. So so that way, maybe that government has thought now the bank can stand on their own. So new investor comes, now they can be institutional investor, retail investors. So that will be, I think, in the interest of the bank only, and then bank will become more and more stronger. But as far as so far, we have not received any communication. In any case, this issue will be handled by their department, that which is called DIPAM, as you know. So they will handle it. So if they ask any information, we'll give. So far, there is no such communication from them.
Forming to us, Mr. Sharma, is very important, very crucial. What you're telling us is that you don't need government bailout, which means you don't need capital. And what LIC capital infusion has happened, that's sufficient enough. Now you are no longer in the ICU, you're capable of running on your own.
Exactly. But one thing I can clarify, of course, bank, when we are in the growing phase, so we will certainly need capital. But as of now, once we are out of PCA, recently, last week only, we have raised 745 crore at very competitive rate, that Tier 2 bonds. So that we have been able to raise. Once we are in profit, maybe this quarter, March quarter only, 1 or 2 quarter profit, then we can aim for Tier 1 also. And once the bank is already, it's showing sign, as I said initially, all weak points have been attended to. Now the bank is in the position to look up, and we will be in a position to raise capital on our own. And LIC, of course, is there because they have to maintain 51%, so they will be able to contribute pro rata. So we can, we don't need, and we are not in ICU now, we are out of ICU.
For you, you're trying to turn around IDBI Bank. On paper, what looked almost impossible, you managed to achieve it. Has this been a nightmarish experience for you personally?
No, it was very satisfying experience. And yesterday I was discussing with one of the analysts that in December the road path, roadmap which I had indicated. Of course, that time we had worked out certain calculations that we will be below this level, net NPA level in each quarter. I had given the roadmap. More or less, I think 90% we have been able to stick to that roadmap, and I am very happy. It's very satisfying experience that we have been able to stick to that roadmap. So our target that time, it's last year we had indicated, by the end of this financial year we will be in profit. In fact, Q3 itself we would have been with profit, but then we thought that okay, this is last thing is remaining. Why not to clear this also? And then we can, otherwise every time it will keep on bothering us that this DTA, whenever we go for this lower tax regime, this DTA reversal will be required. In any case, it would have been so, showing profit, and then after 1 year, if we opt for lower tax regime, again the reversal is there. So better clear everything and then go positive. So with the blessings of God, I hope will be is looking up only.
Fabulous. Thanks so much for joining us, Mr. Sharma, and for that in-depth conversation this morning. But
one thing I'd like to mention, if you have one question.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, that I must compliment all my staff members. I must compliment all my staff members that, you know, we usually talk to them. I used to meet, we had so many town hall meetings. We did, you know, strengthened our credit policies. We strengthened our risk management policies, and the staff members, all they have responded to our call. So it has basically it's a team effort. So whatever is looking up happens, it's all the contribution made by all our staff members, board members, and government and LIC. So we must thank all of them.
Absolutely.
And of course the media also.
Glad we found a space there. But thanks for joining us this morning, Mr. Sharma, and do have a good day going ahead.